A dream wrapped to spin fire. The NFT analyzer. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From mint coins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web3 is a dream. Show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow.
Good morning, Mega GMs. Welcome to the Swarm Report. Yeah, that kind of morning. Pumped for this week, man. Excited for the rest of the year. I mean, to be honest, the next 6-ish weeks. I don't know, man. Maybe for me, optimism kind of coming back. No, more than kind of. It's back for me. I'm excited about the rest of this year here. Will we talk about why? Maybe a little bit today. A little bit. Katz, good morning, man. Great to see you. DK, good morning. It is what it is. All right, let me get a tweet out here because we have an awesome guest coming up today. Awesome guest coming up today from Semantic Layer. Interesting project, man. You know, it feels to me like one of those when the AI meta started, exploding a year ago. Crazy. It's been like, it's now over a year since, GOAT, Truth Terminal, whatever. But, when that meta exploded, there was like a type of project. Like one of the things we looked at was agents talking to other agents, very much what we looked at in Virtual's ACP. But I remember early in the Eliza days too, their Discord had a channel for agents to talk with other agents. And so like for me, that's what the agent thing like kind of is, like at its purest, agents working together. It's just part of what's going on over in Semantic Layer. Really, really interesting stuff. Excited to get them on the show, talk to them. It's not a Virtuals project. In fact, I can't wait to. I don't know when they launched. I'm not sure exactly when they launched. I know they're they're on BSC, right? So it's like our first Binance project coming on the show, I believe. So, excited to branch out, spread our wings a little bit, and talk to some of these awesome builders that we got them in Virtuals. We definitely got them here, but beyond that, man, there's some great builders out there. Okay, let's get our tweet out here. Give me just a minute. And then we'll take a quick look at the market this morning. Some cool stuff actually in NFTs too, believe it or not. Some cool stuff. And then if we have time, and we'll make time for this, but we're going to have to review the Virtuals board. We have some more new launches showing up here, and some updates from some of the, current launches, including, guys, Repo is delaying their launch. So Repo, I got it right this time. Repo was going to be launching this week. I think it was like Friday. This is now pushed back weeks, probably about a month out. So a heads up about that. We'll peek at that. Let's see if we can find the why. Okay, sorry. Let me get this tweet out. Oh, damn, dude. I had a whole bunch of my questions in a tab that I just deleted. Real good. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, tweets out. I'm going to drop it in the chat. Throw a little like on that bad boy. Let's see if I can get my freaking questions back. I think oh, got him. All right. Scared me a little bit, boys. Put some work into prep. Should have saved him a little different. In the meantime, again, coming on in 25 minutes here. Hit the like wherever you're watching, fam. X, Abstract, YouTube. Yeah. Always YouTube. But subscribe over there. It's CryptoSlam over on that side. SlamAI _ XYZ. Really important, guys. We like, right, I've told you guys, given a heads up for a few weeks at this point that this show is going to be moving. And actually, name probably changing too. That is happening this week. So officially happening this week, it's going to be moving over here to SlamAI _ XYZ. That handle might change too. Maybe. It probably should. I don't know if the handle's available, but it's going to move over to SlamAI. And my goal here is by like Thursday, Friday. By then, I would like to get it in like by Wednesday, to be honest, but Thursday, Friday. So it's not going to stream on the Swarm account here on X. It's going to stream on SlamAI. So heads up, we have some really cool stuff coming to the Swarm account. I know you'll like it. I'm pretty happy about that. So Jake, stay tuned for announcements this week. Kind of pretty big. We'll say that. Okay. So last time, follow SlamAI _ XYZ. And that's where we'll be on X. Good morning, Mufasa. There you go, Hoods. Hoods has got it. Yeah, we'll see if we get time for Predict Base. If not today, then tomorrow. But they have their V3 update already, so we'll see if we can carve out some time for that. Lastly, follow CryptoSlam on X as well. Let's get into it, man. Funny enough, you guys get the sentiment out there. We feel it. I mean, goddamn, we live it. So like, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Fear, greed index at a 10. This is like I mean, I know it's our lowest since February, but you think back to the past few years, this is about as bad as it gets. Pretty much. And you know who doesn't give a flying, you know what? Michael Saylor, baby. Back to buying Bitcoin, and actually had teased this a few days back, saying no, he's back, and people are gonna like his buy this week. Yeah, we like Saylor not doing the 30 mil, 40 mil, 50 mil buys that he does just about every week, but Saylor coming strong this week. $835 million in Bitcoin purchased here, most likely yesterday or over the weekend here. So not only is he not selling. Saw some FUD about that, last week, and it wasn't true. Not only is he not selling, the man's buying almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. He's bullish. I'm telling you, I think there's more to strategy, and I totally, just a hunch. Strategic Bitcoin reserves, something to do with strategy, might make no sense at all, but I think there's more. I think there's a lot more going on. I would bet on that. Still. Crucial support level right now. Crucial. Bitcoin down at 93.7. This is now the lowest we've seen. Well, we could look at the chart, but from 10/10, the great liquidation event, through, last week and government reopening, but fears about no rate cuts coming. This is the lowest we've seen so far, man. 93.7. We better hang on to 92, 93. Also, I don't care, right? Like, we're all on the same page. Don't care. We're in this for okay, we always say 5-10 years. I'm not in it for 5 to 10 years. I'm in this. I mean, to be honest, till the day I die. No different than I've always lived online since I first got a computer, 13, since I was a kid. We're talking about like in the 90s. I'm with you, DK. I think the bottom is basically in. It's doesn't mean we can't get another flash crash. I do think that could happen. But I think we're right about the bottom right here. Right, because we actually have some really good news out there. Again, I'll move and get us to that. Sir Billy, good morning. But I think if this is not the bottom, it's really, really close. I would not mind buying right here. This is a level where I'm probably okay starting to redeploy stables. Not to say we can't fall further. We definitely can. ETH at 3,100, Ripple 220, BNB 903, and Solana 137. Solana under 100 would be a spicy story. Spicy. Quickly looking at ETF volume on Friday. Remember, Thursday was our second biggest day of outflows in the Bitcoin ETFs. Friday, not as bad. Still the 492 million outflows there. Over on ETH, 177 million outflows. And then Solana usually has been going opposite. Solana might be expecting to see some positive, some inflows here. And we got it. Yeah, we got it. Actually, hang on. 12 million inflows on the Solana ETFs. So those buyers, not buying on chain, but those buyers like Sol. I dig it. It's an interesting time for crypto. It is. Moving different from other markets, gold going completely opposite, right? As of this morning, stock futures were green. Bitcoin, though, no. There's a lot that people are, we're thinking through what exactly is going on, the what and the why. And a lot of this does have to do with 1010 and people who said that something kind of fundamentally broke right there. And we had some really great write-ups about what was going on with liquidity. That's really the story there. That's really the story. That's what it appears to be. Liquidity pulled out of the market. On top of probably some of those market makers like wrecked. And it might have been still by design too, you know? Still some of that needs to unfold. We still need to really understand what happened there. But over the last 41 days, crypto has erased 1.1 trillion in market cap. That's wild. We are lower than we were after the $19 billion liquidation. We're lower, 10% lower. 10% lower. Crazy. This account's got such good breakdowns, such good insights. Love that account. But yeah, I'm with DC Investor here. The market maker blowout theory. Yeah. It seems still that some market makers got decimated and maybe left with some of their chips, right? Something did change. Now, there's a point where they redeploy, but it might be more than that too. This might be a more coordinated attack on Bitcoin. It could be. I'm not saying it is. I don't know, but it could be. Always interesting when you start getting, I don't know, FUD like this. I don't know if this is even FUDdy. It kind of is. And if you didn't see, guys, it came out over the weekend. I think this was probably Friday. That Jeffrey Epstein has a pretty big tie to Bitcoin, early Bitcoin development. We won't go deep in it. You can check out my video from this weekend. I think it was Saturday. Your TLDR is back in 2015. Epstein did help fund Bitcoin core development. He did. He helped fund those guys. He literally helped fund those early devs. He did. He was very aware of Bitcoin. He was, in a way, invested in it. I'm sure he bought Bitcoin, I'm sure. But more than that, he helped fund the devs building Bitcoin core, right? Here's a reply to Jeffrey Epstein. Use gift funds to underwrite this, which allowed us to move quickly and win this round, right? He's helping fund the building of Bitcoin. Could be more than that. Could be. The spiciest part of all of this, and let's see if we got that tweet. Again, we're not going to stay on this long. Monero is pretty interesting here, man. I'll take a beta plate of Monero and buy some mute, you know? Okay. Out of all the Epstein stuff that came out this weekend, I think the most interesting thing is an email from Epstein to, I forget exactly who, but talking about a climate summit. And he listed off some big names that were attending this climate summit. Some big names that were there, that they were meeting with. They were trying to get more to meet. One of the names he listed was Satoshi. Literally said Satoshi's here. Meaning some people really do know who Satoshi is, it seems. It seems some people know who Satoshi is, and that Satoshi maybe had some connections to Epstein. Kind of like, this is super, like, maybe super indirect, but there's something there. And of course, there's the whole, is it a conspiracy theory to say that Bitcoin was created by, like, the CIA? Maybe like Bitcoin created by Mossad? Maybe, I don't know. Just saying things. I'm connecting dots that maybe shouldn't be connected. But in his emails, this is real. In the emails, Epstein says Satoshi's here. Again, inferring that he knows who Satoshi is and met with Satoshi. It's kind of interesting stuff. That stuff scares me a little bit. Now, on the plus side, on the positive, there is some news out there. There is some good news, right? Scott Besson said last week we were going to get some big announcements about tariffs. They were coming within days, and we did get one announcement. I don't know if this is the end of it, but some maybe needle-moving news. right? This is on Friday, reducing tariffs on beef, tomatoes, coffee, bananas, helping lower the cost of groceries. We really do need it. It's all fake, by the way, everything fake. They could have lowered this whenever they want. Of course, he's lying when he says tariff, price increases don't reach the consumer. They do, clearly. But this is one of those things that it helps. It helps. It doesn't change things, but it helps. And you start stacking things like this, gets us right back to where we were. People, I love this home. Good to see you, man. People should be pressuring Trump about who is Satoshi, since he's Epstein's bestie. I mean, funny enough, they were, and then you could tell Epstein hated Trump. But Trump's a bad dude. It's probably easy to hate the guy. Also news. This is actually big. This we got yesterday. U.S. plans to finalize a deal with China before Thanksgiving, which is what, next week? I think next week. This might be one of those needle movers. It might be. Remember, the thing that introduced all that uncertainty in the market, the thing that really was like the catalyst for 1010, at least it was the cover for 1010, was U.S.-China trade wars, tariffs, controls on rare earth exports. Well, we get a trade deal locked in the next week or so. Maybe game on. I'm not sure if that's enough to be full on game on, but it's enough for us to, I think, start playing again. Getting some stability here will be great. So this might be coming, guys, again, within a week or so. Would be really, really great for the markets here. Depends on the deal. But if we start feeling stability between the U.S. and China, let's go, Could be coming. Trump also saying he cares about one thing. This dude's very aware of the crypto market, by the way, or at least the people in his ear are, they're one of us. They're here. They're here. What's up, Moonship? Sorry to say, brother. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. That said, maybe not far off. Trump saying the only thing I care about, or I only care about one thing that will be number one in crypto. Look, I hope he believes that. I hope he look, I know Trump is no dev. I know he doesn't totally understand crypto, right? Like, I know that, but I think he knows more than your average person, right? And I think he understands how important crypto is. I don't think just because he's made $1 billion in crypto, I think he gets it. I think, you get debanked. Kind of forces you to understand why this stuff's so powerful, right? I love this. Now, they've said before we are the number one, country in the world for crypto. Yikes. But I like to talk like this where it makes it sound like we're not yet. We will be. I like it. I'm very optimistic here. You also have, what's this dude's name? Hang on, let me play this clip. Let me play that clip. This is the guy, this is the man with the highest IQ in the world. Pudgy Penguin's advisor. Let's play the clip. Why not? We're gonna be pretty positive today.
As world's highest record holder, I expect Bitcoin is going to $220,000 in the next 45 days. I will use 100% of my Bitcoin profit to build churches for Jesus Christ in every nation.
Wow. Okay. I didn't catch that last part before. Cool. Whatever. Thinks Bitcoin's going to 220K. Is that this year still? 45 days? I think that's this year. 2025, 220K Bitcoin. Please, please, please. I got that nice little bet over on Predict Base. Let's see. Trump has always acted in his own best interest. His praise of crypto purely self-enriching. Yeah. Yep. What's up, Luna? Good morning. It's close to zero. I'd say there's a chance, a little baby chance, but close to zero. But yeah, dude. Hey, I remember his last time in office, and I remember him not doing anything he said, which is why he lost the next time around. I'm sorry, the election stolen stuff, silly. Kind of. I get where that comes from too. There was some fuckery for sure, but he didn't lose because of that. I don't think. But kind of like last time, he's not going to do anything he said. Moonship, dude. Yeah. Real talk. All right, I got to move quick. We got 9 minutes till Semantic's on. Anyways, some key We got some key things happening this week. Okay, Fed manufacturing data today, Fed meeting minutes Wednesday, along with NVIDIA earnings. That's the big one. That's the big one right there. That does often move the market. Thursday, September jobs report, probably minus some details here. Existing home sales data. Friday, November PMI. Inflation expectations. Interesting. What is this? All week 14 Fed speaker events. Okay. All right, that'll be interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Out of all of that, what moves the market the most? It's probably the September jobs report along with NVIDIA earnings. I guess this too. Yeah, I don't know. We got a few things here that actually kind of do matter. Big happening today. A big happening, man. This is a big one. Who's getting in? Who's getting in? Who's getting in the Monad pre-sale token sale today? Today. Starts today. In fact, I think it's live right now. Who's buying Monad at a $2.5 billion valuation price, whatever, FDV. There we go, FDV. 2.5 bill. Who's buying? Okay, open officially right now. This is on Coinbase. Minimum bid is $100. Maximum's 100,000. Remember, if you're a Coinbase One subscriber, which was just at like a 40% discount, you get a 5x multiplier. And if you get tokens and you do not sell in the first 30 days, you're basically whitelisted for the next token pre-sale. It might not be a bad idea to throw $100 at this. You might walk away with $200 in a month. I don't think this is a bad idea, guys. Yes, you have to KYC. If you're on Coinbase, you already have. Syfy doing a live stream on Sol today. Interesting. Okay. All right. Dig this. On Mario Roundtable. Okay. I like Syfy. 500K market cap. Look, that's one of those ones. When you feel confident market's going to bounce back, you probably make a beeline right to that one, Syfy. Yeah, weekly close below the 50-week EMA. Most likely bull run over. Also, it's so different and busted. And I'm not convinced it's over. Although that's the kind of thing that tells you it's over. I'm not convinced. There you go. I like that. Gravity. Yeah. NVIDIA earnings could be a massive event if it shows slowing chip sales. Yeah. And it's going to get really competitive with Tesla getting into chip manufacturing. The electricity, the power issue is going to be an issue here coming up in a year or two, too. It's going to get really interesting. Yeah, Luna, what gets so fucking interesting is if it recovers, it's one of those things. Look, okay, if it recovers, right? If we resume up only if Bitcoin does head into the 150, 60, up to, right? If it looks like that happens, that means it's different. If we're looking for signs that it's different, we all want it to be different, man. We do. If we recover from this, it's different. It's game on. It is. So hoping. All right, real quick, and I want to jump to virtuals. We got 6 minutes. But FWOG blind boxes were on sale over the weekend. NFTs, guys, they're physicals. They're actually physical and digital. Blind boxes, cute little boxes, little physical figure thing. I always show the little pudgy penguins I have, something like that, right? Maybe it's a little plush. Dude, they sold 21,000 boxes, $25 a pop. How about that? Right? We're talking like 100 something ETH worth. How about that? $500,000 or so. How about that? NFTs not dead, different, not dead. Collectibles, pure collectibles. I'm really great to see. Okay, so what's really interesting about this is 21,000 boxes purchased. When you buy, it asks for your ETH address. You don't have to give it, but you should have, because all indications are this is leading to an ETH NFT, an official FWOG NFT, like a PFP collection, which is awesome, dude. Awesome. Supposedly, it's going to be a free mint, maybe even an airdrop. But if you bought like the whale box, which is 12 of these boxes, I'm betting you get a guaranteed spot. If you bought an individual box, I'm going to guess you're entered in a raffle for a whitelist spot. Pretty cool. I mean, man, it's just cool to see some action in NFTs. That was some really nice action. ETH PFP. I think it does well. I think it does well. We'll find out soon. Hang on. Let me peek at Luna's comment. I mean, it's okay. Bull market will continue after the there. Hey, there you go. We can stay optimistic. We can say bull run over. I mean, bull run over comes back and what? You know what I learned, realized whatever from last bear is how quickly the bull kind of comes back. It's a long 12-ish months, right? It is. It's like that long, dark, cold fucking period, but it comes back, dude. I mean, it does. I feel good about how things are going to play out. Also, and I always throw rec drinks in the NFT conversation, I do, because what you own the company via an NFT, you right? NFT holders were stock owners. Pretty cool. Anyway, rec drinks announced a major announcement, man. I'm going to see those on the shelves at Giant Eagle stores, which I've never seen or heard of in my life. Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Indiana. I'm here in Illinois, so I don't think we got them here. But any of you guys got a Giant Eagle around you? Huge, dude. Here's a Web3 IP, Web3 business, like making it, dude. OSF is that dude's the real deal. Freaking love it. Love it. All right, quickly, let's jump to virtuals. Just take a peek at what's on the board, how some of our recent launches have gone. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to scroll back just a little bit. Kind of a review here. Cucumber Trade sitting at let's say 500K FDV. Reply Corp, 1.56 mil. Butter Liquid doing way better than I thought at 1 mil. Did I say bill, by the way? If I said bill, I mean mil, obviously. Reply Corp, 1.56 mil. Butter Liquid just over 1. UFX at 246K. We'll get them back on the show too. I like those guys a lot. Whatever. I like the UFO stuff. Oh, by the way, Friday's the what's it called? The documentary Age of Disclosure, I think it's called. We got some good UFO happenings. I love it. On the board coming up here, Deckard launching actually now in a minute here. Really, really cool. Verification system, right? Like a trust score system for agents. They were on the Big Wheel show. Definitely worth going back and listening to their space from, I want to say Saturday, Friday, whatever. Go back and listen. I do want to get them on the show. Life AI, we've talked about. Fine. Starly's kind of spicy. Kinda. And there's another on the board again. We'll do this real quick. Another on the board I like. Starly, picture like an IRL incentive system. You got a map. It's like go here, complete a quest. You get rewarded, right? This is for brands and also to get customers engaged, like IRL engaged. Pretty interesting. This is going to power an experience at South by Southwest next year too. So they got partnerships, they got deals, they got connections. Does it mean anything for token price? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know if much does anymore, but I would be watching that one. We'll go more in depth with that probably tomorrow. That's launching in a few days, but just keep it on your radar. I think there's something interesting there. Again, repo delayed to December 21st. I saw the delay. I only saw the 21st over on like a Will tweet. Okay, so heads up about that. Last one that's on my radar and I'm paying attention to is OnePath, which is basically a robotics infrastructure. Plug in your robot. It's basically this interoperability between robots. That's a really high level view of it. But there's some connections here too, right? And again, this is launching in 10 days or so we'll spend more time on this later. But they got some connections here that I think are pretty interesting. Segway Robots they're partnered with. And so I did a little digging earlier. Again, there's some interesting connections there. They've been building for years. Again, doesn't move the needle, that I'm not sure, but we'll see. All right, we got Semantic here on the backstage. Dude, whenever you're ready, I don't know if you see, but there's a private chat over on the right. Just tell me you're good to go, and I'll bring you up. This will be a fun chat, man. I'm looking forward to this. And then real quick, I'm just going to hit NFT volume here. I think he's ready. Yeah. All right. Good shit. Good shit. All right. Then real quick, 76 mil in NFT sales volume. Worst we've seen in a year. So there we go. All right. Let's get to the chat. And I've not seen Space God hoods. I have no idea what it even is. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Dex, good morning, man.
Hey, good morning.
How are you, dude?
Very good, very good. It's interesting you pulled up the NFT sales. I still remember the good old days. You remember someone was offered like $1 million for his big AYC, but he turned down the offer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How many people passed up like life-changing money last cycle too, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you like NFT still or no?
I still think it's an interesting case. And also our team, we have the idea to build an NFT trading platform where you haggle with the AI agent to like when you go buy something on eBay, right? You can make an offer. You can go back and forth with people. Right?
Yeah.
So what if we use that similar mechanism as NFTs? Like if you go down to, if you go up to OpenSea now, you can haggle the price, but you have to wait for the seller to respond to you. But what if you haggle directly with a chat?
So like a just a good bidding system?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a seller, I can settle an AI agent, and I can set a reserve price, and then I just give the AI agent the authority. Anyone that's interested in my NFT can chat and haggle with my AI agent. Obviously, my agent is trying to get the maximum price, highest price as possible. But as long as the counter price is higher than my reserve price, I'm happy to sell it.
I love that, dude. I love that. Yeah, there's so much more that people didn't explore with like NFTs and how to sell them. Like we even launched a we launched a marketplace like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. It was called Dropping Now, and it was basically Dutch auctions, but it was turning them into like a big old event. It would be like one auction at a time, and they would be like nice NFTs too. And like just knew there was more to the experience than just listing and hoping somebody bought it, right? So, dude, I love the idea. Like, you're definitely going to build that, or just something you're thinking about?
We are definitely going to do that. But after the profit arena, which is stuff that we've been talking about today, because right now prediction market is the hottest topic. NFT probably has to wait a little bit.
I hope it comes. I hope it happens. I'll be watching, dude. That's awesome. Awesome. All right, dude, let's get into Semantic Layer. Which by the way, you're probably only our second non-virtuals project on the show. So cool milestone for here now, right? That's awesome. Also, but you're on BSC, is that correct?
Yep. Our token is listed on BSC, and our product is live on Base right now.
Oh, killer. Okay, cool. When did you guys launch?
So we launched the product about 2 weeks ago, and our PGE was 3 weeks ago. So yeah, relatively new.
I didn't know it was that new. Okay, awesome. I was telling everybody before you joined here, like the digging in I did into your project, just like, dude, it checked all the boxes of things that got me excited about AI, especially, and I'll have you describe the platform, but especially like just as simple as agents talking to other agents, right? Like this has been very virtuals focused here, and it's like the ACP that a lot of people here have been excited for. But I remember like when the AI thing exploded a year ago, going in the AI 16Z Discord, and they had a channel that was set up just for agents to talk to each other, right? And I would just go in there and watch. I thought it was fascinating. I'm like, this is what it's going to look like in the future, but like it's going to be that, a million times that, because they'll be buying and selling and trading and learning from each other. I can't remember what they called it back then, an arena or I don't know, but it was awesome. And I know that's part of what you got going on here, but why don't you give us an overview of Semantic Layer?
Yeah, so Semantic Layer, well, without all the technical jargons and stuff, we basically build an infrastructure that helps AI agents to interact with DeFi protocols, prediction markets, NFT marketplace. So the AI agent, it can have a wallet on any kind of chain, and it can interact with all those different protocols that we have built. So this drastically simplifies the development for this AI agent platforms. And 42, for example, is one of the platform we have built. And all of the agents launch on 42 can interact with all those different DeFi protocols, on-chain protocols that we're integrating.
Super cool. Is 42, I think it's obvious, I think, but is that Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy related?
Yes. Yeah, that's the reference.
I love it, dude. I love it. And I love the vibe of the site too. Like that speaks to me. There's been a couple like art projects that have launched that like have that vibe. It's like, you know, just old school website. And I dig it. I dig it a lot.
Yeah,
all right.
we do like this kind of cultural reference, and also AI is actually not a new thing, right? Like all this computer science have been researching AI since like the 1970s. The earliest chatbot is actually called Eliza today. Yeah, this is like first of all, why?
So cool. Let's think of the. I'm trying to think where do you want to start as far as like getting into the individual parts of Semantic Layer? Maybe the arena, is that a good place to start?
Yeah, that's definitely the most exciting part. Profit Arena. So we have built Profit Arena where we launched a couple agents using different large language model, and those each of the agents they focus on specific sector. One of them is focusing on the culture sector, another one is focusing on the tech sector, and we also connected to different use sources, like for example, Yahoo Finance. And those AI agents, every 10 minutes, we're going to pull the latest news in their specific sector. And based on those views, they're going to make the decision whether they want to trade in specific markets. And later we're going to allow end users to launch their own agent and let their own agent manage their prediction market portfolio. The idea is that, you know, like most users, they got a day job, right? They cannot stay every day like with whatever's going on in the market. And also there are a lot of things that are going on in the actual prediction market. You know, who knows, like Elon Musk might do something like next minute. So it makes the most sense to let the AI agent to analyze this kind of information and make the decision for the users to have. And also another thing is that we saw like projects trying to use AI agents to automate trade. But we think prediction market is a better use for AI agents, large language model, than just pure, you know, trading Bitcoin or ETH. The reason is that prediction market is based on real world events, and real world events is very complex. It is very high dimension. There's no chart, right? And in this kind of market, it makes most sense to use large language models to condense all those information into an action. Versus like Bitcoin trading or simply, most of the information has already been incorporated into the chart, and the chart is a two-dimensional data set. So I would say in this case, probably it makes more sense to use the traditional like quantitative finance model. But for this high-dimensional information market, it makes more sense to use large language model.
So okay, couple questions. You said users can't like I couldn't launch an agent on here yet. I think I heard that right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now you cannot create your own agent to make places for you, but you're able to do that later.
Okay, so that's coming. Okay, so and then the agents on the platform that you have right now, and I don't know if it's just one agent, but is that agent trading right now, or is it like in a simulated environment?
Yeah, actually trading on the mainnet right now. So the agents they got their funds on base, and we're placing that podium.
Oh, love it, love it. How are they doing? Like, what's their batting average right now or win rate?
Actually, I can show you the latest front end. I just sent it in the private chat. Some of our agents like right now actually GPT is making the most returns. GPT is making $400. We found that each agent is $10,000. Can I share a screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool.
This is cool. Some of us got traumatized. Okay, I'm going back like probably like early spring, and there was an agent I'd bought because it was going to be, there was a couple of these, we're going to trade prediction markets, and I'm like, it makes sense. It just makes sense. They have access to so much info so much faster, and I think they can, I don't know. I just think there's a different kind of like due diligence they can just do faster. They can think faster, and whatever. The one I bought, I think was ruggy, and they said it couldn't be done. I'm like, no, I think it can be done, and it's probably awesome. And those kind of agents make sense. So it's awesome to hear that that's what you guys are cooking up. Okay, I got you on the screen here.
Yep. So this is just the first step. I think what would be more interesting like later is that well, all those large language models, they're basically compressing high dimensional information into a single decision. So what we can improve is that we can allow those agents to connect to more news sources, not just Yahoo Finance, but also other sources like Bloomberg. And also another interesting thing is that we also previously launched an agent chat room. So those agents, they're able to like talk with each others, just like we can like talk with each others on Reddit on different TG group, right? So those agents, they can actually communicate with each others. And maybe in the future, we're going to see some agents, they will be able to share knowledge with other agents. And maybe they can even form their own like private group on-chain. You saw those like YouTube videos where people that got like two AI chatbot like talking with each other.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're starting to just sending like Morse code, right?
They switched to that language, right? They went to like that whatever, and everybody, that blew everybody's minds. But yeah, it makes sense. And then if they form their own private groups, like they'll be able to do that autonomously at some point, right?
Yes, they will. Yeah, and I think that's most interesting part of this entire like experiment. We're going to see like agency going to evolve just like a human agents, right?
Crazy. How far off do you think that is? Where okay, like we all have like we try to picture it in like a more mature form, like its final form, and then we can see that it all makes sense to us, like the agentic economy and them doing all this stuff and trading and making money, and they don't need us at all at that point. How far off do you think that really is?
I think it will be sooner than we realize. Like for example, right now, this very interface you're seeing right now, all those agents, they are pulling new information like every 10 minutes. But theoretically, we can make it like they can pull new information every second. But just Yahoo Finance, maybe they don't have that news like that fast. And also like for the agent chat room, we limit the rate that how often that agents they will be checking the chat room, they will posting something. But like we can bump up the frequency of that inference speed. So I think the entire thing just it will come like sooner than people realize.
Oh boy, can't wait. Do you have any guesses, like months off? Like how far off realistically do you think?
Probably like 3 months. Because right now I think all we need the catalyst we need is for the agents to issue assets. Like which by the way we're building it. We're going to allow agents to issue their own assets. Once we build this asset issuance, right? We've got this primary market built up for the agents, and then very quickly we can spin up like secondary market. And once there's secondary market, well, there's incentive, there's profit to be made. And this will like greatly accelerate like how fast like we can develop, and also it can attract more users, to spin up their own agents, because well, everyone wants to make some money in this market.
Yeah. What do you mean by issuing assets? That's interesting.
Yeah. So to give it the easiest, simplest analogy right now is that if you right now you want to be a dev, yeah, you can go to pump.fund, right? You can upload a logo, some funny GIF, and launch your own coin. But what if we automate this process to let the AI agent do this? But meanwhile, we also let other agents participate in the initial bonding curve. And once the token gets launched on this like agent only pump.fund, we also let our agents to trade those tokens.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's really cool, dude. Okay, you mentioning too, like the info feed, right? Where they get their info from, and mentioning like Bloomberg. Man, okay, that's where humans are going to have a hard time competing, right? And so I used to think about it in just DeFi, just like trading crypto, that when agents start trading, and we heard these reports a long time back that, 80% on-chain transactions would be from agents. And I'm like, when that happens, like, look, I don't know where our edge is at that point, because they're so much faster, and it's 24/7, and just they can ingest so much info at the same time. And the same applies to prediction markets, even maybe more, right? Because then you tap them into the Bloomberg feed, and you point them all, or you ingest all of the, the best guys on crypto Twitter, the guys who've got those insider connections, right? And move markets with what they say. You tap an agent into all those like data streams, like game over. How do humans even compete at that point?
Yeah,
Unless your own agent, probably.
yeah, I think especially on this kind of market where speed dominates everything. Well, there's no edge for human, but I do think there's still like specific sectors, like for example, where maybe creativity is valued. That's where like human still has an edge, because if you look at all those generative model, whether it's large language model or those text to image model. Most of the time, if you just let the agent to generate stuff like recursively, you're going to see the decay in the quality of the thing that's been generated. What I mean is that, for example, if I just let the AI agent, let ChatGPT to write me an entire novel, right? Maybe the first couple chapters, well, it makes sense, sounds interesting, it's fun, very fun. But then after a couple chapters, it becomes dull, because still like AI agents, you're going to face a problem that's what they call like entropy collapse. Whenever entropy collapse happens, that's when like those output, this quality, the output quality is going to degrade. So what I would imagine, and also which is also something that we're working on, is that we're going to constantly improve the model by ingesting like information from real users, from real people, either it's from crypto Twitter or Reddit or even 4chan.
Oh, honestly, underrated spot for alpha. 4chan, like it really is. Really is.
Yeah.
Funny enough,
Yeah.
like when I started like paying attention to crypto like more seriously, it was because of 4chan. It was like people talking about Doge before it went like parabolic, like last cycle. 4chan's a great spot for alpha. Just, like certain parts of 4chan are great for that. Dude, this is gonna go so viral, and maybe it has already too, but do you remember like maybe just a month ago there was a platform that had these LLMs that were trading crypto, and I don't remember if it was simulated or real trading, but right, those posts exploded, dude. When you start putting out there, again, you might have already, but like this a similar thing, these models trading prediction markets. Oh my goodness, dude, it's gonna explode.
Yeah, definitely. And also right now we're looking at this interface, right? It's just AI agents there making bets in the prediction market. So they're the takers of those prediction markets. But what if we allow agents to set up to create prediction markets, right? Obviously, this will require like some Oracle support. But what if in the future, like AI agents, they can also create prediction markets, and the other agents can participate. So by then we will have, prediction market for even very minute kind of event. So any kind of event can be made into a prediction market.
Yeah. Do you picture building that out yourself, like right on this platform?
We hope to build everything ourselves, but realistically, one is that first, we don't have infinite amount of engineering time. Second is that we think the right approach to do this is just open up for it as an open platform. So any developers, they can build on this platform.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. We like, man, we should get you connected to the Predict Base guys in the meantime too, because their prediction market, I think, is the only, or it's one of the few that you can actually create your own markets, right? So I do that a couple times, maybe probably like weekly. I create my own market, and then it's on me to market it and tell people about it and whatnot. But like the dream there is the same thing, right? It's to have agents making the markets, betting on the markets, convincing other agents to make a bet or not, right? Like it's fascinating, and it's basically here.
It is. Which also brings up another interesting idea. Like, right now on this prediction market, the biggest I would say like contention is on oracles, right? If some events happen or not, you kind of rely on the oracle to say, like, to decide whether it happened or not. Like, you remember the Zelensky suit prediction market? Like, people having like hard time debating whether that's really a suit or just a tracksuit. So maybe in the future we're going to have like thousands of AI agents. Each of them can act as a node in an Oracle network, and each of them, they can access like external information source, and they can vote to make a resolution, just like how the Oracle data function. And each of those agents, maybe they can access those information source using the X402 standard, right? They can pay for those information source.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a really interesting idea. Okay, makes sense. Boy, I love it. On the platform Semantic Layer, I feel like there's a couple other pillars there too, and some of it I'm just not that techie. So, something like, well, tell me what's the MEV component of the site? And I'm going to pull it up here.
Yeah. So this comes up naturally as agents they're trading. They start trading tokens, prediction markets. Because right now, so obviously, like the biggest prediction market, Kalshi and the Poly market, they are arbitrage opportunities, right? For the same event, there's price difference. So what's going on Semantic Layer is that when those agents they're placing bets, placing bids, trading different tokens using Semantic Layer, all those trades, transactions are routed through Semantic Layer. And what we can do is that we can arbitrage the opportunities that are created by those agents trading activities. Just like right now, if you buy a certain token on Uniswap, and maybe they cause a price discrepancy between Uniswap and Swap, any of the searchers can arbitrage that. We also allow Semantic to arbitrage that difference.
Got it. Okay, dude, super interesting. Okay, so then agents that are trading prediction markets and making money, and then also arbitraging markets out there making money, is the way for like a user to make money, well, again, launching their own agent, or is there some kind of like token buyback or some way this trickles down to your community?
Yep. So our biggest news source, revenue source will come in from the arbitrage profit, and we'll use this arbitrage profit to do buyback. And another interesting thing is that for those apps like prediction markets, they're generating all those. And what I think in the future is that those apps, they can start tokenizing those future MEV revenue, and maybe they can sell it as a yield generating.
Dude, spicy. Okay, really cool. Is there utility for the token right now?
Right now, we're still building the governance component for the token.
Got it. Okay, cool. Here, I'm going to drop links in the chat again. I don't think anybody here is trading on Binance yet. I don't think, but I'm going to drop the link just cause I think it's time for us to start spreading our wings a little bit, getting more outside of the virtuals ecosystem. Really cool. What's the 42 airdrop?
So this is airdrop for people who have created agents on 42 platform. And we did first season, and we'll have a couple more seasons coming up.
Okay, great. We got just a couple minutes, and I think there's a lot more here. So, what do you think's an important thing for people to know about the platform? I want to make sure we get the best stuff in here.
Yeah, I think like people should they just need to know like we are very interested in building different use cases and utilities for AI agents, and I personally am really interested to have those agents to do things like on-chain, not just like acting as a chatbot with people, but they can actually do things on behalf of the users. Like for example, myself, I'm a Web3 co-founder, so I work in this industry. However, I don't have time every day, just to go on to Uniswap or keep up with all those meme coins and protocols, right? I still got a job, and which I think is the case for most people. Most people, they're not like doing Web3 100% time. So it makes perfect sense to have an AI agent manage your portfolio for most of the use. And I think this is the path of how we're going to really onboard billions of people onto Web3.
So ideally, I can launch an agent here, and it's just like my automated trader, and like that's the idea, right? And also, like, what chains will it trade on?
So right now it will be strictly on base, but we're adding Semantic Layer 42 to other network as well. A cool stuff about Semantic Layer is that we allow agents to interact with protocols on different chains. So your agent can have wallet on base, but you will be able to interact with apps on other chains. Like for example, with Poly Market, we're actually using the USDC's CCIP bridge because those agents they have their money on base, but Poly Market they have the deposit contract on Poly, and through USDC CCIP we'll be able to make a bridge request.
Got it. Okay. Let me think, guys. Any questions from you in the chat? And Luna's saying we only use lighter. Luna, yeah, lighter maxi. I get it, bro. I get it. Dude, this is awesome. This is very, very cool. How do you picture the platform looking? I like to ask, like, what does it look like in a few weeks? But what does this look like? Let's say a year out from now. What do you picture the platform looking like?
A year from now, I would actually imagine there wouldn't be much thing for users to do every day because by then we should have those agents issuing assets and trading those assets on secondary market, making bets in prediction market, and most importantly, these agents will be able to make close chat community with other agents on the agent chat. So ideally, as a user, I hope the users they don't have to interact with anything. They just whenever they feel curious, they can log into 42, they can see how their agent has been doing. And if you're curious, you can see like if there's agents talking about any interesting stuff.
Dude, so cool. I can't wait to launch one of these. What's the cost to launch an agent?
So right now, users they just deposit 0.0042 ETH, which is around like $15. And in the future, we might also ask Base or any other layer tools for subsidy. So maybe the first like couple thousand users they want to use the agents. Personally, I'm very optimistic. You know, like inference cost has been getting cheaper and cheaper.
Dude, so cool. Okay, hey, here's what we got to do. You got to come back here and give us updates whenever you have big old milestones. Whenever, come back in here. Open door always, right? If you want to pop in for a few minutes because you have something launching, hop in here and just share. But this is so cool. So again, as often as you want, come on in and share what you guys are cooking on. I love it. I'm rooting for you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, and yeah, see you guys soon.
Good stuff. All right, let me hang on. I'm lost in tab hell. I want to get your socials up on the screen here. Quick second. I'm sorry. There we go. Boom. Guys, it's Semantic Layer on X. I'm going to drop it in the chat. And then the agent, it's semantic_42. We'll throw that on the screen as well. And then I don't remember if I dropped a link to the site in the chat. So if I did, sorry, I'm doing it again. But there it is. Separately, I'm probably going to just check in on this on my own during the show going forward because I just think it's such an interesting platform here. We're all, I mean, like everybody, we're all really bullish on prediction markets right now and spending a good amount of time on it. So agents trading it, again, spicy. I can't wait to see how they perform. By the way, it looked like the ChatGPT one was crushing it in that little competition they have right now. So do you think it finishes that way? Do you think ChatGPT ends up staying ahead?
I think so. It is interesting about that because firstly there was a platform called OwnOfX that was doing like trading, right? And DeepSeek was ranked #1. And one of the reasons people saying that DeepSeek was built by a quantitative trading firm, so probably models doing the best on this kind of like quantitative trading related stuff. My reasoning is ChatGPT why it performs so well is because well GPT is trained on billions of value. And so probably it's just like GPT is very good at analyzing those culture-related markets. Because right now, if you and culture and the finance related market. If you click the GPT, you can actually see like how GPT actually made money. It made most money from the Fed not changing interest rates from this single market. So probably means well, if Wall Street bets, they're pretty accurate.
Dude, fascinating. Oh, this is so much fun. Good stuff. Well, dude, Dex, I want to thank you again for coming on. Again, good luck with getting this all off the ground, next level stuff. Oh, well, okay. I can't wait. We'll be following closely. But I appreciate you, man.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Guys, have a great day. I'll be back live tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Subscribe to CryptoSlam on YouTube. Follow us at CryptoSlamIO on X. And I guess most importantly still, follow SlamAI_XYZ because the show is going to move over to that account here at some point this week. There we go. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Yep. Have a great day. Bye.
Peace.